What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to day number 44 of Autodesk Fusion. We're making the Automata Box with a crankshaft today. Now, the Automata Box I'm going to build is not the dimensions from the Automata Box kits, but I am just going to make a general box. That way, you can use time to save time to put in the dimensions as you need and not watch me put in those dimensions. So first thing I'm going to do is just make my bottom rectangle piece, and we're going to make that as a new component. Now every single sidewall I'm going to make here, I'm going to do as a new component, and I'm going to label those components. So we're going to label this as bottom. Next thing I'm going to do is I click right click, and I'm going to ground that bottom, meaning we don't want this piece to move, and then every piece we build upon that will be on a stable foundation. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new sketch. I'm going to use the R key just to draw some quick rectangles, and I'm going to click Finish Sketch. We're going to go ahead and extrude this on up. Let's do 80 millimeters. That looks okay. Remember, every time we are using an extrude function, we're making it as a new component. That way, when we're starting to make things where they are able to move and kind of do things as we need. Next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and create a sketch, and I'm going to make this right side wall. There we go. Click Finish Sketch, E, and we're just going to go ahead and bring that on up 80 millimeters, new component. So over here on the right side, I'm going to do a slow click. We're going to call this one left, slow double click, and then call this one right. Create a new sketch, top side, rectangle, and E key for extrude. Remember, every time we're making a new sidewall of our container, we're doing it as a new component. So I'm going to go ahead and make that a top. Alrighty, and last piece, but surely not last, is going to be this one right here. So what do we have so far? We have our bottom, left, right, top, and back. So before I move on, we were going to do this correctly. How are we going to do this correctly? We noticed that if I were to try to move any of my pieces, they are not constrained to that bottom. They are not forced to be in a spot. So under here under Joint Assembly, it's going to ask if you want to keep your pieces there, or if you want to have them reset where they were, and I'm going to show you that. So some components have been moved. So up here on this position tab, once you start to move stuff, you can revert it back to its original position by clicking this, or when you move things around, you can say, okay, save that as that. That way, when I start to do my joint constraints, they're not in my way. So I'm going to click on Joint, and I'm going to have the center of the outside of this edge to be rigid with the center of the outside of the bottom of my box. That little shaky of the camera is telling you that it is a rigid joint, meaning it will not move. Alrighty, so very quickly what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit J on my keyboard, and I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for all my other edges. J, we're looking for the middle of the outside edge here, and it's going to be the middle of the outside edge here. Click OK, and then last but surely not least, we're going to join the middle of this back with the middle of the back here. Now, it does take a little while to figure out what that means when doing those joints, and so you kind of have to play with it to figure it out. You notice each time I picked the corner edge, not rather than the face, just because I found that to be the most quick method for me. All right, now we're going to click OK, and let's see if our box is correctly done. If it's correctly done, I cannot move any of these pieces. Can't do it. Well, let me do it, because my bottom is grounded and everything's built on the bottom. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a sketch, and we're going to find the center of my box. That way I can let's do a 4mm diameter hole. So what I'm going to do here is take this hole, and this is going to be where the crankshaft is going to go through on. So I'm going to hit extrude, and we're going to cut all the way through both of my side walls. All right, now for the dimensions of where your hole is going to be, you can do that a couple different ways, but we just make that side hole. All right, now I need to make my crankshaft. So what I'm going to do is click on New Sketch. I'm going to do a circular hole, and that's going to be 4mm because we keep the same diameter as the hole up here. Hit Finish Sketch, and we're going to extrude this. Let's do it symmetrically. That way I can kind of eyeball on how long this needs to be. All right, and that looks okay. New operation, new component, click OK, and we're going to call this our crankshaft. Now, every good crankshaft is going to have a handle on it, so let's go ahead and just make a nice rectangular handle for it. I don't like that one. Let's make a better rectangular handle. There we go. Finish sketch. We're going to go ahead and extrude this one out. Now, for this operation, I'm going to do join because I want this to be part of the crankshaft. Alrighty, and we are on the final home stretch, ladies and gentlemen. So, let's do this joint constraint one last time, and I'm going to click on the face of my crankshaft to the face of this hole here. Now, by default, it throws it in as a rigid constraint. What we're going to do is under motion, we're going to make this a revolute. All right, and to see if everything works according to plan, we're going to click OK. Now, if you did this correctly, as a check before, I would say continuing on. See if you can move any of your side walls. See if you can move your bottom. See if you can move the back. Now, see if you rotate your crankshaft. Does it rotate all the way around? And if you were trying to do anything else with it, does it take the sidewalls out? Does it mess up the other parts of your design so far? If not, then you're good for the next part, and we'll hold that video off for tomorrow. Alrighty guys, that'll be it. My name is Mr. Williams, and I'll see you on the next video.